Panthers first-round pick Christian McCaffrey continues to impress in the preseason. On Saturday, he had 72 total yards on just 5 touches. That included a 17-yard touchdown run and a 38-yard catch and run on a screen pass. Shannon, how much of an impact will McCaffrey have this season in Carolina?
I think he'll have a huge impact. I thought he was the most complete back coming out of the draft. He played in a pro-style offense at Stanford. Now, the thing is that I don't want to see Carolina use him like Stanford did, because they ran a lot of gap, a lot of ISO skip, and that's not what he is. He's a 5'11", 200-pound back. But let me tell you this. I would use him like the Steelers use Le'Veon Bell minus the 25 carries. I'm trying to get the ball. If I'm Ron Rivera, I'm going to Mike Shula every week. How many different ways this week can we get the ball to Christian McCaffrey? So if you give him 10 carries, toss it, pitch it, hand it, line him up in the slot, line him up out wide. I need him to touch the ball 15, 20 times per game, Skip. He's that impactful. You see, I mean, this was a counter play. He hits it, and he hits the edge, and he's instantaneous speed. I'm doing this because I want him. I want Benjamin. I want Greg Olsen. I want Jonathan Stewart. I want them to do the heavy lifting so Cam doesn't have to. I want Cam Mind to know I can dump this ball off to C Mac, and he going to get me 15. I can hand this ball. He going to get this. Now, I need Cam Mind at ease, knowing that we've done all we could to put weapons around him so he can do his job that much better. Plus the fact I'm not going to call as many 7-step drops. It's going to be 3 and 5, because I want Cam to get the ball out of his hand real quick, because the longer you hold that ball in your hand, Skip, they get closer to you. Those D linemen and linebackers get an opportunity to tee off on you. Injured shoulder, repaired shoulder. Let C-Mac handle this. Skip, I thought he was going to be special. He's shown me nothing to dissuade me from my opinion of him. I think he's going to be special. Would I be surprised if he's Rookie of the Year? Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, you might look up, Skip, he might have 4 or 5 touchdowns rushing, 3 or 4 passing, and maybe 2 or 3 in the return game, although we haven't seen him return punts or kickoff thus far. But we know he has that capability.
Okay. So my question in the biggest picture is, will Christian McCaffrey be better than Reggie Bush? I'm not sure about that, because Reggie Bush was never really the Reggie Bush everybody thought he was going to be as the 2nd overall pick in the draft, as the Heisman Trophy winning video game coming out of USC, right?
Yes.
And Sean Payton tried everything in his power to put Reggie in the right situations to have impact on football games. But he never really had huge impact.
No.
He didn't make a single Pro Bowl. I think Reggie's out now. He's 32. He's not on a team. I don't know if he's – I saw him a couple of months ago, but I didn't ask him what his plans were.
Yeah, he said he would like to play one more year. I saw him a couple of months back at the car wash.
Yeah.
And he said
saw him at the car wash?
At car wash.
Wow.
Yeah, I get my car washed.
Where
I mean,
was
what?
that? Huh?
The one on, well, you know.
On Pico?
No. You don't want, you wash your car?
No.
Okay, then. You think I'm going to wash mine? Okay, well, we at the car wash.
Okay,
I talked to him, had a good conversation. He said he'd like to play another year,
right,
but
good.
nothing in the works currently.
So they're both about the same size.
Yes.
Reggie was 6 feet, 200.
Yes.
And yet, I was on the record before his draft, I'm not sure, and especially when he went 2 overall, I'm not buying it, because he cannot do what a running back does or is supposed to do best, which is run between the tackles and establish a ground game. And what happened in the national championship game against Vince Young in Texas, short yardage, 4th and whatever it was, Lindale White's in the game, not Reggie Bush.
Right.
Oh, so Pete Carroll's telling you, I got to go with my big banger there, right?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
like that decision.
You didn't like it, all right?
Heisman Trophy winner, is he up 1,750 yards?
Wow. Okay. But Reggie, he had 4, let's do this. He had 2,000-plus rushing yard seasons. One in Miami for your Dolphins 2011, one in Detroit 2013. And he had 4,000-plus yards from scrimmage seasons. Not bad, but again, no Pro Bowls. So his career average, the best he averaged was 72 yards a game rushing, and the best he averaged was 46 yards a game catching. it's okay. It's a little bit, and he did win a Super Bowl with the Saints.
Yeah.
As you know, he's the icing on the cake.
Right.
You know, he's a little gadgety. You can do a little bit here and a little bit there. My fear with Christian McCaffrey, and by the way, I love this kid's heart and his guts,
Yep.
and his demeanor, and his drive, and I like his pedigree because his grandfather on his mom's side was a he set the world record in the 100-meter dash. And then obviously you played with his dad. So the kid grew up, you knew him when he was a little kid in the locker room.
And his
that's
dad,
great.
And what people don't realize is that his dad was actually faster than Christian. I mean, he just looked awkwardly when he ran, and we were in training camp one day, and he was running a fly parrot, and I said, Forrest, run. And he kind of never, sorry, Ed, he kind of never outgrew that, because only thing you could picture, Skip, was him running and looking at Forrest Gump when he turned that corner coming out the yard. That's what Ed looked
So
like.
you tainted his reputation?
I didn't taint him. Skip, I heard a lot of guys tell, oh, that white boy ain't going to get by me. And then I look at the box score. Man, Ed had 100 yards. He got deep on somebody.
So you're saying he was faster than you?
Yeah, he was faster than me. Oh, ain't no secret about it. No, hold on. Let's not get carried away, Skip. He timed faster in the 40. But when we put those pads on and we run all go double seam and first one get open, first one was going to get the ball. You go back and look at the footage and see who got the ball the most.
I don't know. Sometimes you have a little bit of a revisionist history when it comes to.
I got them. I cooked them, Skip.
So you're saying in pads you were faster?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So out of pads, Reggie Bush was really significantly faster. He timed 4.33 in the 40 at the combine.
Yes.
Christian was 4.48. So that's a pretty significant difference. And yet, I look at Reggie's career, he averaged 10 rushes a game, 10 times carrying the football, and 4 catches a game. So they're going to have to be really careful with Christian McCaffrey, because at Stanford, when they sort of fell in love with their toy who was Christian McCaffrey, after what he did in the Rose Bowl 2 years ago, when he just lit up Iowa in every way you can light up a team. Then they tried to bang him between the tackles last year in the games I watched, and he couldn't take the pounding, and he was nicked all year. There was this was wrong and that was wrong, and he got through it and played through it. But you're going to have to be careful, because Reggie played 134. He started 134 games. He also missed 42 games in his career because he would get banged up.
Almost 3 years.
Okay.
I think the thing is with Skip Christian is that, think about it, he carried the ball almost 300 times. Then you factor in catching the ball, and you factor in return game. Skip, that's a lot of hits.
It's a lot of banging.
Let me ask you this. What if they used him like how the Patriots used James White?
Okay.
Now, he's a faster James White.
He is.
I believe he has better hands, can run routes better than James White. What if they used him like that? Because we saw what James White did in the Super Bowl.
James White has a knack, though, like a gifted sort of knack of how to get open, how to catch it, how to turn it up, being in the right place at the right time. I mean, Chris Carter coached him in high school and just loves him and thinks he's a player, like he was underrated coming in.
Christian McCaffrey has Julian Edelman type quickness. He has that.
Maybe not Cole Beasley kind of quickness.
Stop it!
Nobody can cover him. I'm telling you, nobody can cover him.
Skip.
He is quicker than Edelman.
Skip.
Quicker than Amendola.
I want Edelman. I take Edelman over him.
Okay, Edelman better receiver. I'm just saying Cole Beasley is uncoverable in the slot.
What about
He's
that?
just too
what
quick.
About that drop? First game last year.
He dropped a touchdown pass at the 2-yard line.
I know Edelman wouldn't have dropped that.
Oh, he probably wouldn't. I just said he wasn't as good a receiver.
Jules wouldn't have dropped that.
Yeah.
Jules money.
But trust me, the more I watch Cole Beasley, nobody can cover him in the slot.
It's
like
Skip.
rare, raw quickness.
Skip.
I've never seen anything like it.
Skip, there's a reason why slot receivers don't get paid like the guys that play outside the numbers. Because you can find those guys. Because you run those option routes and you run all these picks. But when you come outside that number, ain't nothing picking for you, bro. You got to get on the Julios and the Odells and the Dezes and the DTs and the Sanders, Antonio Browns. Oh, them boy dogs out there.
Okay.
That's why they get that 13, 14 mil, and those slot guys get that 7, 8 mil.
Okay, so lead them not into temptation in Carolina to use this kid up, because he is fun to watch, and he's be a,
use him like James White.
Okay, but there games will go by where they won't use James White.
Okay, well,
seriously, no, I'm serious. You know, it depends what they see. Where's the defense vulnerable?
And got most of the carries the other night against Houston. Was it Burkhead? He got I was
And he
surprised.
caught a touchdown pass.
Caught a touchdown.
Wow.
And that's the thing with New England. The only person that you know definitively is going to get their touches is Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Everybody else, hey, because they might hand the ball off 30 times this week, and then they might throw it 50 next week. So the only guy that you know game in and game out is going to get his touches is Tom Brady.
Yep.
And you got it. It takes. People think it's easy, Skip, to play in a situation because all you do is win. It's not, Skip. When you're used to being the man and you're used to catching the football or touching the ball, man, you go a couple of games without it, you're like,
The Patriots are the blueprint for everything.
So I got to say one last thing. Joe Mixon was the most complete back in the draft. Now, if you want to throw baggage in, you got me. But on the field, I'll take Joe
Back.
Mixon.
back.
Well, I mean, Cole Beasley could beat you in a race, though, right?
Oh, Cole get me. He can't lift no weight, though. I be pumping his iron. Pumping his iron, Skip.
How much?
He weighs